There's no doubt that AI wars are the most defining characteristic of technological evolution today. As major companies like OpenAI, Meta, and Google compete to monopolize the AI market, we can see one company far ahead of the rest. In a genius masterstroke, OpenAI has used its ChatGPT's generative model to make DALL-E 3 more efficient than ever. So, what exactly does this look like? DALL-E is also a generative tool that converts text into images. In this process, the AI system makes use of deep learning methodologies to create the best possible images from a description given in the natural language. Typically, these descriptions are called prompts. Sounds fairly simple, right? Well, sure. But OpenAI essentially wanted to take the pain out of writing detailed prompts that weren't sensitive to any edits you wanted to make, or any specification you wanted to make after producing the image. OpenAI wanted to make this artistic process as simple as possible. This is exactly why the new model of DALL-E 3 was integrated with the infamous ChatGPT chatbox. Here's the thing. OpenAI's decision to combine DALL-E 3 and ChatGPT is as useful as it is dangerous. The ongoing AI war between major tech companies has shown us that generative models are making human processes simpler than ever. Other than efficiency, AI tools are striving for simplicity to capture an adequate share of consumers. The success of ChatGPT has shown OpenAI that AI chatbots will be wildly popular if they understand human requests substantially. Even if humans use broken sentences or bad grammar, chatbots should be able to deliver. This sort of integrated efficiency of ChatGPT will make DALL-E 3 create images that fit the prompt the best. How is OpenAI fixing prompt engineering? After ChatGPT's viral success, industry specialists noticed the importance of prompt engineering as a skill required to optimize generative AI tools. Believe it or not, you'll find a lot of courses on prompt engineering. But then, of course, that's a lot more work than just interacting with a chatbot that is sensitive to your needs. Basically, ChatGPT in DALL-E 3 is like having a conversation with an artist who you have commissioned for a piece. You tell them exactly what you want, and they'll deliver. In this way, the importance of prompt engineering is being minimized as well. Other than that, OpenAI has also made sure that the new version of DALL-E 3 handles bigger prompts more accurately. Previously, image generative models had difficulty following lengthy and more detailed-oriented prompts. Their efficiency in grasping small details like the shape of the hands or text font was also a bit weak. This problem isn't just exclusive to DALL-E 1 and 2, by the way. Other text-to-image models like Midjourney also faced similar issues, but OpenAI has been swift in addressing these important concerns. Since now you're constantly in conversation with the generative model, you can curate the prompt the way you want it to be. DALL-E's test run. Even though the ChatGPT-backed DALL-E 3 is open to the public now, OpenAI had previously tested the model in clever ways as well. Back in March 2023, Coca-Cola collaborated with OpenAI for their Create Real Magic Art contest. Digital creators over the globe were encouraged to use DALL-E to create original advertisements for the beverage company. OpenAI also made a unique directory of Coca-Cola archives for the users to get inspired. According to the Coca-Cola website, OpenAI exclusively chose the company to experiment with its new top-notch version of DALL-E 3. The statement said, "Built exclusively for Coca-Cola by OpenAI and Bain and AM Peter Company." Create Real Magic is the first platform of its kind to combine the capabilities of GPT-4, which produces human-like text from search engine queries, and DALL-E, which produces images based on text. It's safe to say that the experiment was a major success. The images drawn from the ChatGPT integration were more sophisticated than the ones without it. In fact, DALL-E followed prompts more precisely than ever. It's not hard to believe that this collaboration with Coca-Cola encouraged OpenAI to integrate ChatGPT once and for all in their artistic tool. OpenAI is getting competitive. OpenAI was also very receptive to criticism of its users. Many artists had complained about the accuracy of the tool in terms of following the prompt closely. This became quite a problem, especially when OpenAI actively competed with other image generation models like Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, and Ideogram. For instance, users noticed that Midjourney's results had more aesthetic value while DALL-E 1 and 2 had more technical accuracy. Not to mention, many AI artists complained that DALL-E isn't imaginative at all despite their creative prompts. OpenAI is now fixing that problem by giving artists more control of the creative process. This is to say that now artists will effectively use the ChatGPT prompt model to integrate their own aesthetic sense in DALL-E 3. In this regard, Midjourney is still struggling. For all we know, OpenAI's new edition of DALL-E is its response to the growing competition in the market. It is banking on its most famous and sought-after product to increase the market value of DALL-E. And we can't say that it's not a smart strategy. If you look at various comparisons done between DALL-E 1 and 2 and Midjourney, you'll notice that many artists preferred the latter. Mainly because Midjourney has a lot more features than DALL-E, it is fast, and it has a knack for transforming visuals into something extraordinary. Plus, it is quite consistent too. And that's pretty phenomenal once you realize that Midjourney isn't associated with any big capitalistic venture. We all know that OpenAI has funding of billions of dollars from a big tech company, Microsoft. On the other hand, Midjourney is self-funded by an independent research lab with the same name. Its owner and creator, David Holtz, has kept the machine running without any big funding whatsoever. In fact, Holtz has rejected VC funding multiple times even though a lot of offers are on the table. So, with limited funding, Midjourney has been paving the way for AI artistry, and that has put OpenAI on the edge. The company knows that even an exemplary independent research lab can't exactly compete with its successful language model, ChatGPT, DALL-E 3's strategic timing, but also the furnishing details on DALL-E 3 came at a very strategic time as well. After OpenAI released its long-anticipated GPT-4, which can also pass the bar exam. By the way, the company was dragged for being secretive. In their technical report to support GPT-4, OpenAI didn't disclose how the model was trained, what it used to train the model, what were the hardware costs, what were the ethical implications, and much more. The 98-page report is completely hollow in terms of its content and isn't transparent at all. AI experts heavily criticized OpenAI for not hiring independent researchers to analyze and scrutinize the model. In fact, the sole author of the report is the company itself, and no specific researchers. The blatant disregard for honesty and transparency has put OpenAI into extremely hot waters. Research labs like Midjourney are relatively open about their process of building generative models. The new GPT-backed DALL-E is taking away some of the newly acquired unpopularity of OpenAI. Not to mention, it has placed more importance on the ethical concerns of AI art than ever before. For instance, after the company was sued for unlawfully using art to build algorithms, OpenAI made a new opt-out policy. Artists now can opt out of having their artwork used to train the future generative models of OpenAI. Since this policy is pretty new, we can't comment on its effectiveness. But so far, research labs like Midjourney and Stable Diffusion need to be more honest and open about the ethical dilemmas of AI art. DALL-E 3 has also noted the lack of red teaming in the AI art generation. According to Wire, OpenAI also has safeguards in place to block users from generating pornographic or graphically violent art, or images featuring public figures. So, the new DALL-E 3 is more ethical and efficient. But is it strong enough to effectively win the generative AI race for OpenAI? Only time will tell.